The Feast of Nur, Light, Discernment. O Son of Man, write all that we have revealed unto thee with the ink of light upon the tablet of thy spirit. Should this not be in thy power, then make thine ink of the essence of thy heart. If this thou canst not do, then write with that crimson ink that hath been shed in my path. Sweeter indeed is this to me than all else, that its light may endure forever. Baha'u'llah. Say, the revelation sent down by God hath most surely been repeated, and the outstretched hand of our power hath overshadowed all that are in the heavens and all that are on the earth. We have, through the power of truth, the very truth, manifested an infinitesimal glimmer of our impenetrable mystery. And lo, they that have recognized the radiance of the Sinaic splendor expired, as they caught a lightning glimpse of this crimson light enveloping the Sinai of our revelation. Thus hath he who is the beauty of the All-Merciful come down in the clouds of his testimony, and the decree accomplished by virtue of the will of God, the All-Glorious, the All-Wise. Seek with all your hearts this heavenly light, so that you may be enabled to understand the realities, that you may know the secret things of God, that the hidden ways may be made plain before your eyes. This light may be likened unto a mirror, and as a mirror reflects all that is before it, so this light shows to the eyes of our spirits all that exists in God's kingdom and causes the realities of things to be made visible. By the help of this effulgent light, all the spiritual interpretation of the holy writings has been made plain. The hidden things of God's universe have become manifest, and we have been enabled to comprehend the divine purposes for man. I pray that God in his mercy may illumine your hearts and souls with his glorious light. Then shall each one of you shine as a radiant star in the dark places of the world. Say, step out of thy holy chamber, O maid of heaven, inmate of the exalted paradise. Drape thyself in whatever manner pleaseth thee in the silken vesture of immortality, and put on, in the name of the All-Glorious, the broidered robe of light. Hear then the sweet, the wondrous accent of the voice that cometh from the throne of thy Lord, the inaccessible, the Most High. Unveil thy face and manifest the beauty of the black-eyed damsel, and suffer not the servants of God to be deprived of the light of thy shining countenance. Grieve not if thou hearest the sighs of the dwellers of the earth, or the voice of the lamentation of the denizens of heaven. Leave them to perish on the dust of extinction. Let them be reduced to nothingness, inasmuch as the flame of hatred hath been kindled within their breasts. Intone then before the face of the peoples of earth and heaven, and in a most melodious voice, the anthem of praise, for a remembrance of him who is the King of the names and attributes of God. Thus have we decreed thy destiny. Well able are we to achieve our purpose. O peoples of the earth, verily the resplendent light of God hath appeared in your midst, invested with this unerring book, that ye may be guided aright to the ways of peace, and, by the leave of God, step out of the darkness into the light and onto this far extended path of truth. God hath, out of sheer nothingness and through the potency of his command, created the heavens and the earth and whatever lieth between them. He is single and peerless in his eternal unity, with none to join partner with his holy essence, nor is there any soul, except his own self, who can befittingly comprehend him. I swear by the Sun of Truth, which hath risen and shineth above the horizons of this prison, the betterment of the world hath been the sole aim of this wronged one. Unto this beareth witness every man of judgment, of discernment, of insight and understanding. Whilst afflicted with trials, he held fast unto the cord of patience and fortitude, and was satisfied with the things which have befallen him at the hands of his enemies, and was crying out, I have renounced my desire for thy desire, O my God, and my will for the revelation of thy will. By thy glory, I desire neither myself nor my life except for the purpose of serving thy cause, and I love not my being save that I may sacrifice it in thy path. Thou seest and knowest, O my Lord, that those whom we asked to be fair and just have unjustly and cruelly risen up against us. Openly they were with me, yet secretly they assisted my foes, who have arisen to dishonor me. O God, my God, I testify that thou hast created thy servants to aid thy cause and exalt thy word, and yet they have helped thine enemies. I beseech thee by thy cause that hath encompassed the world of being, and by thy name wherewith thou hast subjected the seen and unseen, to adorn the peoples of the earth with the light of thy justice, and to illuminate their hearts with the brightness of thy knowledge. I am, O my Lord, thy servant and the son of thy servant. I bear witness unto thy unity and thy oneness, and to the sanctity of thyself and the purity of thine essence. Thou beholdest, O my Lord, thy trusted ones at the mercy of the treacherous among thy creatures, and the culminators amidst thy people. Thou knowest what hath befallen us at the hands of them whom thou knowest better than we know them. They have committed what hath torn the veil from such of thy creatures as are nigh unto thee. I beseech thee to assist them to obtain that which hath escaped them in the days of the dawning place of thy revelation and the dayspring of thine inspiration. Potent art thou to do what pleaseth thee, and in thy grasp are the reins of all that is in heaven and all that is on earth. O Son of Spirit, my claim on thee is great. It cannot be forgotten. My grace to thee is plenteous. It cannot be veiled. My love has made in thee its home. It cannot be concealed. My light is manifest to thee. It cannot be obscured. There are two kinds of light. There is the visible light of the sun, by whose aid we can discern the beauties of the world around us. Without this, we could see nothing. Nevertheless, though it is the function of this light to make things visible to us, it cannot give us the power to see them or to understand what their various charms may be. For this light has no intelligence, no consciousness. It is the light of the intellect which gives us knowledge and understanding. And without this light, the physical eyes would be useless. This light of the intellect is the highest light that exists, for it is born of the light divine. The light of the intellect enables us to understand and realize all that exists, but it is only the divine light that can give us sight for the invisible things, and which enables us to see truths that will only be visible to the world thousands of years hence. It was the divine light which enabled the prophets to see 2,000 years in advance what was going to take place, and today we see the realization of their vision. Thus, it is this light which we must strive to seek, for it is greater than any other. Man is the supreme talisman. Lack of a proper education hath, however, deprived him of that which he doth inherently possess. Through a word proceeding out of the mouth of God, he was called into being. By one word more, he was guided to recognize the source of his education. By yet another word, his station and destiny were safeguarded. The great being saith, regard man as a mine rich in gems of inestimable value. Education can alone cause it to reveal its treasures and enable mankind to benefit therefrom. If any man were to meditate on that which the Scriptures sent down from the heaven of God's holy will have revealed, he would readily recognize that their purpose is that all men shall be regarded as one soul, so that the seal bearing the words, "The kingdom shall be God's," may be stamped on every heart, and the light of divine bounty, of grace and mercy may envelop all mankind. The one true God, exalted be his glory, hath wished nothing for himself. The allegiance of mankind profiteth him not, neither doth its perversity harm him. The bird of the realm of utterance voiceth continually this call, "All things have I willed for thee, and thee too, for thine own sake." If the learned and worldly wise men of this age were to allow mankind to inhale the fragrance of fellowship and love, every understanding heart would apprehend the meaning of true liberty and discover the secret of undisturbed peace and absolute composure. Were the earth to attain this station and be illumined with its light, it could then be truly said of it, "Thou shalt see in it no hollows or rising hills." Paula